Hi, this is Gravity Karma and welcome to what is hopefully a pick of the Lockwood V7. So the V7 is an interesting lock. It's essentially a 6-pin lock body with an extra pin squeezed in for good measure. Now, how on earth do you fit 7 pins into the space where there should be 6? Well, I hope I will show you, but in essence you have to offset them, and so in much the same way as a V8 is a good way of squishing 8 cylinders into a small space, a V7 is a great way of getting 7 pins into a small space. So you'll see we're off the tapers, we're on to the spools now, we're in a full set, and so I'm going to keep going. There we are, slightly deeper full set again. And I'm going to then hopefully start using the feedback. And I've picked a few of these and I've heard all sorts of things like, oh, it's always spools and they're always on one side, or all that sort of thing. And I don't think that's true. I think it's a lot more random than that. This is definitely a spool though, isn't it? Although it feels like we're caught on the edge of it, so come back to that one in just a second. Might need a bit of manual counter rotation on that. That's definitely a spool, and hopefully that's set. Hopefully I didn't drop too much other stuff in the process. One of the joys of those tapered things is that with the counter rotation you can end up dropping an awful lot. In fact, you can hear a few more dropping there as I try and cheekily set a second spool. Come on. Okay, so that was a bit of that. And somewhere here there must be a binding pin, but I'm damned if I can find it. 1, 2, 3, 6. Aha, number 7 gave us a nice click. 2. Not getting a lot of joy here. So see if we can feel our way through this. See what's going wrong. Okay, I think it was number 1 that's going wrong actually. So let's see if we can let that up. There it goes. That's better. So I think I've managed to overset number 1 in the process. God, this is turning into a long one, isn't it? There we go. Oh, that was a pain. Now, I had to fight that one, didn't I? So let's pop the follower in. I don't need to use a shim, although I probably should. The first thing that comes out are these, which are the anti-drill pins there, and then you can see that fantastic V shape. Okay, let's pop these out. Oops, a little bit careless there. That's that one, that one. It's a bit of a pain. There we go, so there are our key pins. Let's just tidy those up. And whilst I'm tidying those up, you can have a look at that fantastic arrangement of pins. Now we've got the core out, we can see, you know, that kind of V formation really well, and you can see how the pinholes line up. So I don't have one of these with a key, sadly, but the keys obviously look pretty cool. Let's see what was in it then. And so, working from right to left, I've got a Lockwood taper, and another one, oops, and a spool, and an enthusiastic spring, and another spool, and another spool, and now I'll have another taper. I'll show you that one in just a second, and lastly another one. So check these out. So there's my tapered, that's what was causing all of the time, all that extra time, that relatively long taper on the end of that. And same again here, look. And so once you've finally got your way past those, there's these lovely spools to play with. They're not, the ones in this aren't quite as bad as the very common or some of the Lockwood spools, but they're still quite nice anyway. So there you have it. That is the Lockwood V7. Thank you very much for joining us.